sometimes the judges split
The same
them,
thing
right?
that happened to Bivol happened to Madrimov. There was one round. There was only one round. I don't remember it was 9 or 10 rounds with the Madrimov versus Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
That Crawford started unloading on him, and that was the only round.
Mm-hmm.
And on Bivol the same thing. Beterbiev started unloading on Bivol in the 11th, I think. So it was only one round that made it seem like, oh, these guys are hurt, but no, they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And that made the change from the fight, the decision.
Yeah. Another fighter that has similar characteristics to Beterbiev, who your man is facing, is Vergil Ortiz Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, without giving us the game plan, what are some things that you're working on with Madrimov to counter that?
Well, I'm just trying to keep them focused. I'm trying to keep them focused. We know the same thing, and everybody knows there's no such thing as hiding a strategy for a fight like Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz is a great fighter. You know, I trained Vergil Ortiz for his first 9 fights, and I know Vergil Ortiz really well. You know, he has a big heart, he has great conditioning, and he takes no for an answer. Once the bell rings, he's gonna come rushing you. You know, he's gonna try to break you because that's his style. And he has a big heart. Vergil Ortiz is a fighter that keeps coming even if you hit him. Even if he's hurt, he's right there on your face. So we know very well that Vergil Ortiz is going to go with that mentality to break you like he did to every single one of his opponents. Yeah. You know, we know that. How do you prepare for a fighter like that? Physically and mentally, you have to prepare yourself 100%. Because if you can't stand the pressure, and not only that, Vergil Ortiz hits really hard. Vergil Ortiz hits really hard because, I mean, he's just physically strong. He's a great athlete. Mm-hmm. He's always in top shape. And he just doesn't stop. He keeps coming. He keeps coming. So the only way to stop Vergil Ortiz is to hurt him. And you gotta hurt him to stop him. If you don't hurt him, you're never gonna stop him.
Yeah. And we've seen it at this level. You know, obviously the first 15 fights of Ortiz, he was running through everybody. Yeah. There's a limit where, or there's a level where he's been beginning to get touched. But like you said, he finds a way to kind of go through that fire.
And you know why he finds that? Because he's very competitive. He's very competitive. Vergil, even if it's hurt, like I said, Vergil can be getting hit and he's still on your face. He don't care. Vergil has big balls, a big heart, and he's a tough fighter. So, I mean, the difference is this: we have a very strong fighter in Madrimov. He's very athletic and very smart. And I mean, he's seen a lot of Vergils in his career. You know, maybe not in the professional career, but he's had a lot of amateur fights all over the world. He competed, maybe 300, 400 fights in the amateurs at a national level, international level. So, you know, he has a lot of experience. You know, he has more amateur experience than Vergil Ortiz has. Plus, he used to be part of my team before, and they sparred some time before, so they sort of know each other. So Vergil knows some of Israel, and Israel knows some of Vergil. You know, they share the ring in sparring before, so they know each other, and it's about playing chess. Who's gonna have the best game? Who's gonna make the best moves? So it plays out for a good fight. You know, I have a great technical fighter in Israel Madrimov who is very athletic. Athleticism in Madrimov is something you never seen before. He's done gymnastics, he's done all kinds of different sports, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, everything. So he's physically strong. You can't just move Israel Madrimov. You can't just push him around because you can't. Strong legs, strong upper body, and when he hits you, I mean, his shoulders are so heavy that when he hits you, you feel like you got hit with a brick. You know, so it plays out for a great fight. I mean, there's no such thing as sharing a strategy, because I mean, those two guys, just by their styles, you can already picture a strategy on both ends.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of people before the Crawford fight said the same sentiments. 10 fights, what is he gonna bring? But we saw in that fight with Terence Crawford that he gave him problems. I think he maybe gave Terence Crawford the trickiest fight Crawford's ever had.
Look, let's put it this way: Terence Crawford got an opponent with 10 fights. Who's this guy? We don't know. I'm gonna walk through him. Why didn't he? Why? because you can picture something from out here, and you can predict something from outside. But once you're in a ring with a fighter, and you try to do things that you can't, and you get hit, and you feel that guy's a threat, you think about it twice, so you're gonna go back. Yeah. And that's just the same thing, you know. I mean, Vergil has a plan. When he gets in a ring with Israel, you know, and Israel does his thing, he's gonna say, "Wow." Same thing with Israel. Israel has a plan. And once he feels the pressure of Vergil, he might say, "Oh, you know, this is not what I expected." So it's like right now we can see one thing outside the ring, but once you're in the ring, they have to come out with a different plan or stick to the plan if it's working.
Okay. And I would say this is maybe the last 12 months have been Madrimov's two most well-known, most respected opponents to date. Would you say this one is tougher than the Crawford fight, or do they both like have their own complexities?